Okay, welcome to Immy Reviews. I've been so excited to watch this movie because I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. Don't know if you know about that, but that's me. But anyway, today I'm reviewing Dragon Ball Superhero. This is the successor to Dragon Ball Super Broly, which came out a while ago. I saw that in the cinema. It was IMAX. It was wild. Just huge screen to see like giant illustrations of some of the most iconic superheroes or characters that have there ever been. I don't know anyone who doesn't know what Dragon Ball is, or at least it has heard of it because of how much it's dominated Western culture within the last 30 years. So we have the newest installment. This is directed by Tetsuro Kodama. The animation is housed by Toei Animation. Now, the thing that makes this particularly different from the rest of the Dragon Ball movies is that this is almost completely in 3D. There are elements of two-dimensional drawings, there are 2D illustrations, but they're very, very few, which normally it's the reverse. Usually it's mostly 2D, and then now and again they'll pepper in some 3D dynamic shots to add some kind of flavor to it, and generally the shit part of the movie. Whenever a bit of 3D pops up, it stands out, you know it's 3D, and sometimes it's flawless and other times it's not so great. A good example of this is in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie. There is a bit where Gogeta is fighting with Broly and there's like this dynamic circular shot, and you can just see that their hair isn't moving or flowing at all. And normally that would have to be painstakingly drawn by hand 24 times per second. For every second there would be 24 hand-drawn frames to get that flow, that beautiful flowing hair. And in this, you could have just rendered it and made the animation smoother, but they just didn't do it. And it stands out. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. But considering I've played a lot of Dragon Ball Fighter Z, now there is some absolute talent when it comes down to 3D animation or 3D anime translations. So the thing with making something beloved like this and then taking a different direction, making it 3D, I definitely think it's very, very doable. I just don't think this quite hit the mark. There were definitely moments where the 3D hit, and it hit hard. It looked absolutely dynamic, fantastic, beautiful scenery, beautiful colors, but I would have preferred to see 2D. That being said, there is some jank in the 2D in the last movie, like just weird head bobbing, wiggling, strange kind of perspectives, but that is actually indicative and typical of, older style traditional 2D animation, so I'm quite used to it. Doesn't mean there isn't room for improvement. That aside, let's just talk about the story. The story is adorable, considering that the story is centered around the underdog characters Gohan and Piccolo. Easily the best relationship outside of the Goku Vegeta dynamic within the story. Piccolo and Gohan are probably the heart of the entire of Dragon Ball Z. Everyone knows that Goku essentially is just this super selfish, self-centered, borderline retarded character. He barely understands being kissed, let alone that he's actually a father to two kids, a grandfather to Gohan's daughter Pan, and just doesn't seem to have any sense of responsibility to his son. And there are times obviously where he has been there for his son, but Piccolo is certainly his dad. Piccolo is the father, and their relationship is so well earned and so well developed. Just to see them together in their own movie is awesome. And Piccolo made me laugh out loud several times. Just the strange kind of behavior. It's so very Dragon Ball, the original series. It definitely has just that fun, silly comedy. The antagonists involved, the Red Ribbon Army who have got a span from all the way back in the early days of Dragon Ball. They're essentially just diabolical corporate types that want to take over the world, and then they happen to employ someone who's related to one of the other antagonists in Dragon Ball Z, Dr. Gero, his son, Dr. Heido, who is as smart but possibly smarter, but yet has a very clear moral sensibility. He loves superheroes, yet knows nothing about the Z-Force or the Z Fighters and Goku and what they do. So if he actually knew about them, he would love them. That they would be his heroes. So it's interesting. The antagonist is morally grey. It doesn't have that typical, like, I'm just bad for bad's sake, I'm just powerful because you didn't find me yet, and that I am your necessary challenge to overcome. It's cool, it's enjoyable, it's very, very silly in the sense that, I guess, all of this is essentially damage control. They did Gohan wrong. He was supposed to supplant Goku in Dragon Ball Z. The Z was supposed to be the whole arc where Gohan takes over as the main character, which he basically did by the end of Cell. But then there was this extra saga that undid all of that work and then just basically put Goku back into the forefront and just defeated a lot of really good hard work. And it was sad, and now we have something where we can say that Gohan is a major player. He's up with the rest. He still isn't going to be as strong as Goku or Vegeta, but it doesn't matter because at least he got his arc, and Piccolo got his arc as well, and has some kind of footing in being like a major player. There's a lot of cool development going on, targeting towards the philosophical problems of each character. Vegeta is becoming more mindful. Goku is becoming more understanding that his morals are flawed because they're too extreme. He just doesn't want to kill. He doesn't want to punish those who would happily murder billions without a blink of an eye. It's really cool that a lot of these things are going into a much deeper adult frame of mind, and I'm happy to see more of it. I want to see more, but I would prefer if they went back to the 2D animation that we saw in Broly. On top of that, I would also like to see possibly a 3D movie, but done with Arc System Works level animators, because the animations of Dragon Ball in that are stellar. I mean, they're top notch. I would say that they're better than the TV series. It's just beautiful, and it's so accurate to what it's really like, what it really looks like when it's hand drawn. I think 3D would be boundless if it was done right, but how labor intensive that is, I don't know. So it's quite strange. The story was fun. It did its best to mediate all of the complications of why isn't so and so here, or why didn't so and so do that, and that's fine. That's great. And it trivializes the idea of wishes, but I'm just always happy to see these characters back and doing something again, because they're very close to my heart. I love Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball Z very much, and I'm always going to turn up for more Dragon Ball. This is a critical hit. Absolutely go and see it if you get a chance. Be careful to pay attention, unlike I did, where I didn't see whether or not this was going to be in English dub or Japanese. I ended up seeing it in Japanese. I've always loved the American dub version because those are the ones I grew up with, but I'd happily just watch it in Japanese anyway. It didn't really matter to me, but I still Sean Shamel and Chris Sabat and everything that they've done for the show over the last like 3 decades. Anyway, that being said, this is my new segment, Animania. I love animation. I want to do more of this. I want to talk about anime. I want to give you recommendations for cool anime that I've seen over the years that I think that would enrich your content experience. Anyway, so comment below any type of anime movies you love, something that you'd like me to review. Please leave a like and subscribe. I've been Fletcher. Thanks for the likes. Love to the subs. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.